Alright, after about 100 hours of design and build time, I got the new display all complete and ready to go into the Sansui a-7. I got it calibrated here, and it's dead on the money. So what I did was ran 17.9 volts peak to peak into it, which is going to equate to 5 watts RMS into an 8 ohm load. So what we want is the second from the last LED to be fully lit at 17.9, which you can see from the intensity it is. As we reduce the voltage down to where that LED is fully turned off and move my markers on the scope, that is 16.7 volts peak to peak, which is probably going to be roughly somewhere around 4¼ watts. Is where it's turned off on 0 dB there. So if we flip sides here, I can see that that one is just starting to light and that one is just starting to light. So there's a perfect harmonious balance here. This white wire here is the pull down wire. Right now it's on 0.1. If I remove the ground from this, the power meter will drop down and that will read 50 watts on the next to the last LED. So right there's the 5 watt scale. It just pulls in some reed relays to change the power level. Once I calibrated it on 5, it'll be calibrated on 50 because I was meticulous about the resistors. Trying to think anything else. This has a pretty slow decay time to it. You can change that if you want. There's actually a cap on the rectifier IC that'll speed up the decay time on it. But I'm not going to mess with that. I just want to get it into the a-7 and see what it's going to look like. Now on the IR2406Gs, right now I have 800 millivolts setting on the current adjust pin to control the brightness. My board maxes out at 1.1 volts on my pot, which is going to be somewhere in the order of probably slightly over 20 milliamps. So for all intents and purposes, it would probably be a good guesstimation that these LEDs right now are probably running at 60 to 70% of their brightness capacity. So there's a lot of room to go up on them if need be, but I don't think that's going to happen. One thing I've noticed about this rectifier chip is this. There is not very good display isolation between the two inputs, left and right, because as we increase the power level up on the right, you can see that we get a little bit of indication on the green for the opposite side, which in my mind really isn't acceptable. And I might be able to do something about that. It's not a board layout issue, which can certainly do something like that, but I've seen this in the D5 and the D7 as well. Ideally, you should not be able to trigger on a left LED with excessive right voltage. And if we flip sides there, you can see it does the same thing. So I might see if I can address that issue yet too before I put it in. So I appreciate you watching. Have yourself a nice day.